Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. One of the top needs this offseason for Dallas is the wide receiver spot. So we'll take a look here in general at this team's receiver potential needs, their free agents, and some free agent targets for Dallas this offseason. This past year, Dallas had a plethora of talent at the position. However, that could change this offseason. Amari Cooper's future is murky at the current moment. Michael Gallup, Ced Wilson, Malik Turner, and Noah Brown, receivers 3 through 6, are all free agents. And factoring the Cooper uncertainty, and ignoring Noah Brown because he's, special teamer mostly, you got some big production to replace. Now, Cooper and Gallup did not live up to expectations this past year. Injury for Gallup, and I'm going to blame play calling, and I can blame COVID too for Amari Cooper. Basically cost him 3 games, which he would have got to 1,000 yards without those. Ced Wilson, breakout year at receiver as the receiver 4 who got plenty of playing time. And heck, Malik Turner made some nice plays when given the opportunity. So you're going to lose guys, whether it's 2, 3, or just one of them. So with free agency right around the corner, let's take a look at some free agent targets at wide receiver. These are potential Cooper replacements, potential Ced Wilson, potential Michael Gallup replacements. I am looking forward to seeing what the Cowboys do at receiver. First, the big names you shouldn't get your hopes up for, the star wide receivers. You're not getting Devontae Adams. You're not getting Chris Godwin. You're not going to get Mike Williams. Those players will be too expensive for what the Cowboys like to pay. That's not their MO. Do not get your hopes up there. Allen Robinson off of a down year, maybe, but if you're paying A-Rob, you might look in different directions in terms of your own roster versus Allen Robinson. So we're going to get to some more realistic names that all fill various roles here. Name a wide receiver who you guys want to sign. I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. So get the ad break here on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Head down there. Let me know which receiver you want to sign in free agency. All right, let's look at if you lose Cooper and or Gallup, what you could be searching for. Some bigger names right here. I'll call them the splashier list. Odell Beckham, JUJU'S Smith-Schuster, Christian Kirk, and DJ Chark. Now, we got more names coming. We'll focus in on these 4 to begin. First up, Odell Beckham Jr. Now, rehabbed his stock significantly with the Rams. He was playing great in the playoffs, down the stretch, and then blew out his ACL. The ACL was both a argument for and against signing him because you could get a buy or low deal on Odell Beckham, but he's also coming off the injury. Do you want to add OBJ coming off another knee injury to the same knee in less than 2.5 years? That's a bit of a red flag there, but the upside certainly makes it appealing. So would you sign Odell Beckham? Type in OBJ for yes you would, or type in no BJ for you. Not a fun Wayne we love to have here on the Cowboys Report and Chat Sports in general. Get those votes in. OBJ for yes, no BJ for no. By the way, while you're down there in the comments section, check the links we're going to put in there for Cowboys hoodies. 25% off at chatsports.com/Cowboys hoodie. I don't like the name number hoodies, but this one actually looks really good, I think. There's a lot more variety, by the way, available on Fanatics, so go check it out today. chatsports.com/Cowboys hoodie. We'll put the link for you in the comment section and in the description. All right, back to Juju here. Now, after 2020, he signed a 1-year, $8 million deal and then didn't play much at all this year, in part because of his own injury. He, of course, showed interest in Dallas, doing the right free agency thing like so many of them do. The cost, of course, matters for all these guys. If you could get me Juju on a Randall Cobb-esque deal, 1 year, $5-ish million, I'm all for it, depending on what other spots you have to fill at receiver beyond CeeDee Lamb. Christian Kirk is going to be, I think, a potentially popular name. He'll hit the open market. Coming off a breakout year, almost got to 1,000 yards. He's young. he's ascending. He's mostly a slot. And that does come down to how do you want to use CeeDee Lamb? He's played a lot of slot for Dallas, and that allowed him free releases, benefited not even go against a bunch of press coverage. On the outside, you face more of that. But I do think Lamb can play outside. That's what he did at Oklahoma. So I'm not opposed to adding a slot receiver, and Kirk does give you some vertical slot ability, just like CeeDee Lamb does, but the cost might be more than you expect for Christian Kirk. A common theme on today's video, some buy low candidates, and that is DJ Chark. 2019, 1,000 yards, played so good, looked like the next big receiver as a vertical threat, and then 2020, the numbers dip as the QB play in Jacksonville's been a disaster. Got hurt again in 2021. Injuries have been a problem for him, but if you're looking for the Michael Gallup replacement as your main vertical outside threat, DJ Chark is one of your better options this year in free agency. So of these four somewhat more realistic free agent targets, I want you to pick one for me. Type B for Odell Beckham, type in K for Christian Kirk, S for Juju Smith-Schuster, or type in C for DJ Chark. Sound off for me in the comments section. All right, more vertical threats. We'll just kind of group these together, spend some time on it. Will Fuller, the Miami Dolphins, also a buy low guy. A year ago, he would have been probably in that splashy name category. He was. He signed a one-year, $10 million deal. Barely played this year. What is his cost? I'm not sure. I would go maybe 1 year, $5 million. Cut that number in half, like I suggested for Juju. Cowboy killer Deshaun Jackson, still a big play threat. Also complains when he does not have the ball. Remember, Deshaun was on the Rams and forced his way off, and then they won the title, which is kind of funny. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Again, these are your Michael Gallup vertical threat options. He might command a bit more money as a young ascending player, but if he's affordable and you lose Gallup, that's a good name to keep an eye out for. Now, eventually the Cowboys will begin to make moves at wide receiver. Amari Cooper decision time is coming in the near future. So if you want to know when stuff goes down, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Didn't plan it this way at first, but your other slot options, not including cut candidates like Cole Beasley, they're all Jets players. Jamison Crowder, Keelan Cole, and Braxton Berrios. Now, I would bet that Berrios comes back to the Jets next year on an extension. Cole offers you a bit more downfield stuff than Jamison Crowder does, but if you want a veteran slot, as weird as this sounds, the Jets actually do make sense from that perspective. Now for a name I don't want to touch. It's Antonio Brown. Hell no. I know he's talented. I get that. Everywhere Antonio Brown has gone, he has been a problem. He causes issues. All right? He might claim, oh, the Bucs played me injured. Nah, he wanted the ball. Like, we all know that. I don't believe a word of AB's mouth. Of anyone, give the benefit of the doubt, AB's last on my list. I don't want him anywhere near the Dallas Cowboys because, yeah, he's talented. He'll cause locker room problem at some point, probably early in his tenure, wherever he goes next, if it is anywhere. So, I'll leave it up to democracy, however, because we're not Russia. Do you want Antonio Brown? AB for yes, FAB for no. You do not. Let me know what you guys have to say in the comments section. All right, some more veteran receivers here. T.Y. Hilton. I don't know how much longer he's going to play, but he could be a cheap vet option, inside, outside flex. Emmanuel Sanders is a name that I've long liked. Now, he is not in his prime anymore, but as a veteran option who wouldn't preclude you from drafting a receiver in, say, round 2, round 3, but wouldn't force you to do so, I actually like him a lot. I think he's a good player at his advanced age, or advanced-ish age. A.J. Green did beat Trayvon Diggs one time. Outside physical presence, but he's aging. I don't know how much I want him. And I will mention the name Sammy Watkins, because that is a player who the Cowboys once loved. Remember, they tried to cut Dez and go sign Watkins and lost the bidding war to KC. A blessing in disguise, mind you, because that would not have worked out at all. He hasn't been very good. But he's going to be affordable and cheap if they want a veteran cheap option. Now, there are a lot of other wide receivers. So if I left off any names, any guys you want, let me know in the comments section. Drop a receiver's name that I didn't include on my list right now in the comments.